Hello everyone, this is Joe here with Joe Talks, and today we are going to take a look at the latest toy that I brought home. Not really a toy, it is a brand new 2025 Bad Boy Maverick HD zero turn lawnmower. So I want to take a look at this thing, show it to you, and I've had this thing for a couple of weeks now. I've mowed with it twice. Mower's got 3.5 hours on it. And I kind of want to give you some of my first impressions and let you kind of see what it's going to look like after it's got a few miles on it. So let's take a quick look at that thing. Okay, so here it is. This is the 2025 Maverick HD. So this is the 60-inch cut version. So far, it mowed with it twice, and my yard is about 1.5 acres. And it seems to work pretty well. I like it. My old mower I had was an old from 2013, was a Craftsman 54-inch zero-turn mower, and that mower worked pretty well. The only thing I didn't like about it, and you know, it still mows pretty good today, but boy, that thing would just beat me to death. That thing, it had nothing but a couple of coil springs under the seat. So on that Craftsman zero turn, boy, my body just can't hardly take that anymore. I just turned 49 years old, and I just can't quite handle that like I used to. So a couple of things I really liked about this mower that sold me on it, first of all, was this custom weight adjustable seat. And so you can dial in your weight, and that seat has some damping characteristics built into it, and you could really dial that in and smooth out your ride. And then the other thing I really liked about this mower is it's got 4-point independent suspension. So if you look on the front here, you can see how there's a couple of swing arms, and then these pucks right here act as the shock absorbers and springs and shock absorbers on the front. And then if we look at the rear, look up under here, you can kind of see the same thing. On the left you see that puck, and on the right same thing. So we have 4-point suspension, and so this thing really does give a very good ride. I can say after mowing, I don't feel nearly as sore as I did with that old mower. And as far as my mowing time, like I said, this has a 60-inch deck compared to the 54-inch. And my old mower would go about 6 miles an hour, whereas this goes about 9 miles an hour max speed. And so that really did cut my mowing time down quite a bit. And so pretty happy with that. A couple other things about it. I got the Vanguard engine option. And so this comes with 3 different options. You can get the Vanguard, which is a 28 horse. You can get the Kawasaki, which is like a 23.5 horse. Or you can get the Kohler, which I think is like a 26 horse. And so all of them are fuel injected, I think with the exception of the Kawasaki. I think the Kawasaki is still carbureted, but this one is fuel injected, has the high performance air filter in it, or on it, so I like that aspect. The other thing I really liked about it is this has dual fuel tanks. With the dual fuel tanks, you get 13 gallons. So as you see, there's one on the left and one on the right. You can fill either one. They are connected, so the gas does automatically level. But that way, I'm not having to run to the gas station. So it used to be about every 2 times I would mow, I'd have to go fill up a 5-gallon jug and come home and top the mower off. And with this, I'm guessing I'll probably get 5 or 6 runs without having to fill it up. So that's going to be nice. Other thing I liked about this is it does have a ROPS bar, and the seat belts. And so I got a couple young girls at home I'm eventually going to turn loose on this thing, and I like having that extra bit of security, knowing that God forbid something happened, they flip this thing over. Not that they won't get hurt, but that should minimize the severity of anything that might happen to them. So that was another selling factor on this mower. So this is considered a commercial grade mower, so it is really the lower tier of the commercial grade, but it is considered commercial grade. So like I said, at 49 years old, I'm hoping this is going to be the last mower I'm ever gonna have to buy. And so that's one reason we went ahead and bit the bullet, paid a little bit more, again hoping we'd never have to get another one. So here you can see with just a couple of runs, you know, 2 1.5 acre yard mows, you kind of get a feel for how the tires and wheels kind of break in, get a feel for kind of where the grass is going to lie when you mow, if you care about that kind of thing, kind of see where it's going to accumulate. Now, a couple things that I don't like about this mower. So if you're like me, you put on a set of headphones. I got a Bluetooth set of headphones that they're safety rated, so they do protect for sound. But even with that muffle, this thing does have a weird harmonic to it, so you can actually hear it. And it's if you've ever dealt with vibration sciences, you have a heart beating effect, and you can really feel that even through those headphones. It's kind of a whoa, 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 whoa. And I don't think it's a defect in the mower. I think it's just inherent in its design, but it is kind of annoying. So one other thing I don't like about this mower, it's got a lot of exposed wires. So when you look up underneath this thing, they didn't do a real good wire management. So you can pull the seat up and get a view underneath here. But if you look over here, you can see those are just a bunch of bare wires. I think it would have been nice if they would have put that in some kind of better conduit, maybe. You can even see up underneath here, you know, right here where you're going to get all kinds of grass and mud. I mean, they got bare wires there, so I don't much care for that. I may end up having to come up with some kind of maybe deflector of some kind to protect against that. But anyway, other than that, you know, it does pretty well. Now, as I said, this mower has 3.5 hours on it, and I'm already having to pack this thing up and take it back. So this does come with a 2-year warranty, and like I said, 3.5 hours, and I'm already having to take it back. And okay, so as you can see right here, I have a multimeter hooked up, and we are setting at a little over 13 volts. So now I'm going to fire this thing up, and you'll see what that does. So there, we've just dropped down about just a hair. Okay, so there we saw that this thing is only charging about 12.7 volts at full throttle. So that is not enough for this thing to keep that battery charged. I did find some specs online, said that should be 13.5 to 14.5 volts. And so coming from the factory, this thing is not charging. So got to get it loaded up. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but I mean, literally this has 3.3 hours. So mowed it twice. About the end of my second mowing, take the PTO on, and the motor would just sputter, and well, in fact, it did this. So there, as you see, it battery had ran down after about the second mowing, and it just didn't have enough juice to keep that PTO engaged, and at the very end didn't even have enough to turn the motor over. So I charged the battery back up, starts up just fine, and obviously from the fact that something's going on with that charging circuit. So I'm gonna have to get it back in, get it looked at. Hopefully that is the only problem I have with this thing. You know, I'm praying like heck didn't have some meth head working the assembly line the day that this mower went through. I'm praying that that isn't just the start of a bunch of gremlins in this thing, because I really don't want to have to load this thing up and take it to the dealer every time there's a little problem with it. So hopefully this charging thing will get figured out, and when I do, I will make another video and do a follow-up. But other than that, this is again the 2025 Maverick HD, and that's it. So again, as always, if you like this video and if it helps you out, please help me out. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave me a comment. I'm really curious to hear if anyone else has had this same charging problem or any other problems with these Maverick HDs. Just kind of would like to know what to look out for. But anyway, that's it, and until the next one. All right, thank you.